Welcome to Integrity Inspire, your daily dose of inspiration and motivation, featuring the bright and talented members of the Integrity Marketing Group family. Now, here's your host, Integrity co-founder and CEO, Brian W. Adams.
Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for joining the Integrity family on today's Inspire podcast. It's so much fun, all the things that we've been building here together, and really appreciate everybody's hard work and excitement around the fourth quarter. Game Time 2022 is such an exciting time. I love last week's kickoff for Game Time 22. And if you haven't been part of the Integrity family with Game Time, you're in for a treat. This is a lot of fun. We work incredibly hard this quarter. This one, we come together, we work harder, but we also motivate each other along the way and have a lot of fun. And I also love all the Integrity swag that we get to have and we pass out in our offices and take home to our families. I know my kids look forward to this time of year probably more than anything else, because I get to take home some of the Integrity swag and they get to use that at the house and they just love it. We also have these fun activity challenges that we get to look like we're working hard, and there's nothing wrong with, as you're working hard, to look at having fun as part of that. But we've got these activity challenges to just not take ourselves too seriously and have some fun during our day. And this week we are doing the End Zone Celebration Challenge. And listen, last year's End Zone Celebration Challenge, we had some impressive ones. So I know people will not disappoint on that. And so if there's anything about integrity, we are incredibly competitive. People step up, try to outdo one another in so many different ways. And so get your teams together and create a fun and unique End Zone celebration. There are so many ideas out there about having fun and scoring a touchdown and having an End Zone celebration. So this is going to be super fun. So as soon as you do those, upload your photos or your videos to integritymarketing.com/gametime for a chance to win the activity challenge. Submissions are due this Friday, October 21st. So please make sure you get those in before, and we'll try to announce on the next Inspire podcast the winner on that one. And it's also, this is a new thing, the Game Time keyword or phrase, where we use a keyword that if you're on the podcast and you hear it, you can be potentially in line to win something incredible, special as well. And today's Game Time keyword for this week is my son Shiloh's favorite football play. He loves this football play more than anything. So today's keyword is flea flicker. He loves the flea flicker so much. So head on over to integritymarketing.com/gametime, input the keyword for a chance to win a very special prize. I know Shai will be super excited about that. We also have another exciting announcement as part of the Integrity family today, and we're adding another amazing partner to the Integrity family. And I'm very pleased to announce that Senior Services of North America has joined the Integrity family as part of this partnership. Joseph Battaglia Sr., CEO of Senior Services in North America, and his son, Joseph Battaglia Jr., President, will become managing partners at Integrity. And Senior Services of North America focuses on health and wealth solutions for the senior market, and they're located in the beautiful area of Long Island, New York. And although their team primarily caters to the senior population within the tri-state region of New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania, they also serve the health and wealth needs of senior Americans all across the country. And today we have Joe and Joey joining us to share some of their incredible insights and really their passion for this business. And so, Joe and Joey, welcome to the Integrity family. We're so excited to have you and honored to have you as our newest partners. Congratulations, guys.
Well, thanks, Brian. We're really glad to be here today.
Yeah, Brian, thank you. We're excited to talk to you today.
Well, hey, guys, we are super excited to learn more about your story. And really, our partnerships, our model really comes from people really identifying people that they trust and might respect in the business. And they say, man, you ought to also join the Integrity family. And so the first person to welcome you as an Integrity partner, I wanted to ask Ryan Kimball, who really introduced us all here together, to jump on and just be the first to welcome you guys as part of the Integrity family.
Hey, thanks, Brian. Joe and Joey, what a great day it is to welcome you on as an Integrity partner. And Joe, I know we talked about a little bit about the day that we had our first conversation. And I'm glad we had that call. I'm glad you guys were obviously open to having a conversation about integrity and what we could do together. And guys, I'm super excited to have you now as partners with us. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, we got a lot of exciting things that we want to talk about. And Kimball, thank you so much for all your incredible leadership here at Integrity, and certainly introducing us to Joe and Joey, because this is such an incredible group. And I'm so excited to have them share some of their insights about the business. Now, let's start with Joe Sr. Joe, tell me about where you started. And I know you didn't come into this profession right out of school. So tell us a little bit about how you got started in the business.
Well, I was always involved in life insurance, going back maybe 20, 25 years now. I was also a stockbroker at a major wirehouse. And again, I was always doing that thing, insurance. And right before I became involved in the Medicare, I was selling final expense. And as you know, final expense is a wonderful market, but there's little things here and there. But I started to manage a team, and we grew and grew and grew. But then one thing really happened that was just so incredible. And that was back in 2006. And like I asked Ryan to tell me what day in March that I was going to make that a holiday. Well, I know back in 2006, I had that same postcard, right? So back in 2006, I received a postcard and advertised about the Medicare market and new Medicare Advantage products that were coming in. So, looking at that postcard, it was I look at every opportunity out there because you never know. So looking at the postcard, it spoke about Medicare and these new products, about zero premiums, all that great stuff. And it's from an agency down south. So I contacted that agency, and I had that date written on the postcard hanging in my office wall. So it's there, and I called them down. They came up to visit me, and we started chatting for a while. And when the light bulb goes off, well, the spotlights went off. And I realized, with the major concern that people have in this country with health insurance, especially seniors, I knew it was really big. I knew this was incredible. And little did I know that postcard was going to change my life and my family's life forever. So it was really cool. So, I got involved, I got contracted, and it was like around in August when I first started. So, AEP season was a couple months away. So I started getting involved in AEP season. And, when I got that postcard and when I chatted with those folks, I got excited. I really got excited when my first AEP season, I put hundreds of people up. Now think about that. There's no product that can write hundreds of people up in a short time that you just got involved in. And then, being that I have this entrepreneurial spirit, and my son does too, and we started thinking, how can we take this to a whole new level? Because guess what? There's a lot of agents out there who didn't know about this. And I always say one thing, there's agents out there that are struggling. But if we can show them how to thrive rather than survive, that's what it's all about. So we figured, let's take this on the road. And that's what we did. We started recruiting agents. We have a photo of our first office hanging up in our room and the big conference room where we ended up now. It's just incredible what it turned into. And because all the strategies and all that I went through in the field, well, we started putting all these techniques and methods together. And you know what? From 5 agents to 10 agents to 20 agents to 100 agents to 200 agents, it just kept on mushrooming bigger and bigger. And then my son said to me, in a good thing, we got to get a new office, Dad. And I said, let me think about this. Should we really take this on? And you know what? Because of my son's insight and foresight, we said, you know what, let's go for it. And we looked for a larger office. And that was fantastic. The idea is that, we really looked, how can we make this business easy and stress-free for agents? Because they don't know as far as how to make things easy, right? How to get further faster has always been our motto. And if we could show agents how to do that and help them succeed so that they can really produce for the families, that was our goal. We already knew the objections. We already knew the stumbling blocks that agents face. So we said, guess what? If we can get rid of those hurdles, isn't that great? And that's what we did. So we knew that we could provide the solutions. We could recruit a lot more agents. And that's exactly what we did. So we started holding in-house meetings because guess what? Just because an agent gets contracted and is certified doesn't mean they're going to be productive. We know that. So it's the mentoring, the coaching, and the real support that you provide for agents will make them productive. And that's what we do. Every week, every day, we have webinars, we have seminars, we have in-house meetings to help agents grow and prosper. And that's what makes us so popular in our area. You see, it all mushroomed from there. And right after New York, we started saying, well, just like we started saying we need to recruit agents, we need to recruit in other states. And that's what we did. So we have methods and strategies to recruit in other states that's working out phenomenally. And that's what gave us the name across the country. And that's what we're so proud about today.
Man, first of all, Joe, I love your passion. I love your excitement about this business and just the enthusiasm you bring. I think that is just so contagious, and people want to be part of something that they get inspired by. And just hearing your passion just inspires me. Now, Joe Jr., you go by Joey, and I assume, well, first of all, you've got like one of the best mentors in the world here, and the passion has got to be contagious. But I assume you didn't get a postcard that got you excited about the business. How did you get excited about the business?
Well, Brian, not to let you down, you're right. I wasn't the one that got the postcard, but I lived with the guy that got the postcard talking about the Medicare opportunity. You know, Kendall mentioned that Jim Henson before, and it was talking about the hard work. And I'm lucky that I grew up in a household that they preached hard work. If you want something, if you believe in something, and if you put the work in, you'll get it. And, you know, looking at that, that's what we do every day. You know, I've worked as a kid, 15, 16 years old. I started working with my dad. You know, it may have been, stuffing envelopes, listening to him talk to leads, sending emails and writing things and little clerical work. But as I got older and more fluid with the business, I started getting more responsibility. And really, when I hit around that 17, 18-year-old mark, I really had that relationship with the agents. I started understanding what the business was all about, how to recruit. And I never forget when I was 18 years old, right around my birthday, I went and I got my insurance license. And from there, the rest is history. Like my dad said, we're entrepreneurs. We've always have been, and we've always been preached hard work. And, there's benefits and disadvantages of that. And you experience the good, the bad, and the ugly because it's all on you. Right? You don't have anyone telling you, you should do this, don't do that, try this, avoid that. You have to be the one that experiences that. So knowing that we did all of that in the beginning. And what we look at is we provide those experiences to all of our agents. We're very fortunate that we have wonderful staff and a group of agents. And to us, they're not just staff members. They're not just another number of an agent. They're a family. We're very close with them. We have dinners, we have holiday parties, we go on vacations, they come to our home because really what you look at, Brian, and I think that you all believe in this too. If we're growing, it means they're growing. And if we're all together, it's an enjoyable experience and we all have the same end result. We want to succeed together. And, when we were talking with Integrity and the whole process started with Ryan, they were mentioning that family is very important to Integrity. And I think that that's something that's very important. And we both share that important value because what we have to look at is forming partnerships is a great thing if it's the right partnership. And the same way how when we recruit agents and we share with agents our story, we tell them how we're going to help them. We're going to support them. We're going to provide them with the technology and the resources and the marketing and the products to make them succeed. Well, we have to look at and say, well, are there any partnerships that we could make that can do that for us? That's what we're so excited about with this partnership. See, we have to look at and we say, okay, we look at this partnership. Who does it benefit? Does it benefit us? Yes. Does it benefit SSNA as a whole? Yes. Does it benefit our staff? Yes. Does it benefit our agents? Yes. Does it benefit our current clients? Yes. And is it going to benefit our future prospects of tomorrow? And that's yes. And we look at it now together. We're not alone. We've just grown our family by thousands across the country. And now we could share that entrepreneurial spirit together and bounce off all those ideas. And, that's what I'm so excited about. You look at, you have hundreds of partners with the common mindset. My dad always taught me follow the leaders. And what we look at now, we're part of a family of leaders of the industry. And, that's something that's incredible. You've put together a program. It's mind-blowing. It really leaves you speechless that you've made this family of industry leaders together that now, instead of being competitive against each other, we're competitive with each other. And there's really nothing that can stop us, being that we're all together. And that's what I'm so excited about. I can't wait, to bounce ideas off of each other and really just to watch all of us together succeed. It's an amazing thing.
Man, I love that. One of our core values here at Integrity is family. And I love when we partner with family business, and another one of our core values is partnership. And when you bring both of those together, when you get a partner with great families and you create a larger family, I love what you said about you're not competing against one another. Now you're competing with each other. That is a powerful, powerful statement. And you guys have been doing so well. I mean, you're so successful in so many ways. What are you excited about that Integrity brings to the table today that will help you guys take it to the next level?
Brian, you look at, and, I'm sure as all partners, when that decision time came, it's a very hard decision to make because, you have to look at it, this is like our baby. Look back and look at all of the hurdles that we've gone through and what we've learned and the relationships that we've built. And we've seen so many agents grow and our staff grow. We look at that and we really say, look back at 15 years ago where we started from nothing. It was us. And 15 years later, we're here now. And, I have to worry about now, but I also have to worry about the future. What's my staff's future going to look like? What's my agent's future like? What about our current clients? What's their future look like? And the new prospects that we meet and help every day, what's their future look like? And looking at that, we said, we look at this partnership that Integrity could bring. It's going to benefit all of those things. It's going to make us have a brighter future than what we could have on our own. In the past few years, technology has become so important in the insurance industry. And you've put together pieces of technology that if you would ask a fellow agent, they would probably say, Joey, that's probably not possible. Or, oh, what's that, Joey, like 20 years away? You've already accomplished that. When we look at that, that was a major decision for us, is that you have all of the tools and resources, that we need. And what's very important and, probably is the greatest bond that we all share together is that family. We've created this family atmosphere, and sometimes when you make partnerships, things change. And, when we were talking initially with Integrity, they mentioned, and I think that they really reiterated over and over and over again saying, Joey, your business is going to look and remain the same. And I think that that's very important. And when you analyze that, there's no disadvantages. There's only advantages. And now we have all of these solutions in one place. We have technology that's moving forward. We have a one place for all of our agents to be in instead of bouncing around in different platforms. You guys have just so much to offer. You've made our lives, our staff's lives, and our agents' lives easier. And I'm thrilled about all of those perks.
And I think we also have to add too, Brian, scalability. The scalability is so important. And I believe there's a way for us to leverage with Integrity systems to magnify our production, putting us way ahead of the game. If we tried to implement these things on our own, it would be very difficult. It would take us years to do what you did. I love how the Integrity family is growing. We heard about Integrity for many years now, all the new managing partners that you have. So the family has grown. And once we see that it's a lot of the FMOs and agencies that we know, we started to get this thing saying, you know what, maybe there is something to this Integrity. So it was really nice seeing all that. But the most important thing is it's a springboard for bouncing ideas. If years ago someone was to tell me, you know what, you're going to call up ABC FMO, who is your competitor, and ask about how they do things, I would never believe that could ever be possible. But look what you did, Brian. You made us all, instead of being frenemies, right? Now we're all colleagues. We're colleagues that work together for a common goal to put solutions for the folks that we work for. So that's so very important. So we're very proud of that, Again, following the leaders, I know your story very well, Brian, starting in a garage. I love stories like that because that's where we started. We started out of our home or in a one little, you look back, right, Brian? You say to yourself, wow, and you don't realize what you built until somebody says, my goodness, that's you? So, we love what you did. So we really applaud the work you have done, Brian, what you have built for us. for yourself and what we have because of you, what we'll have in the future. So we're so happy about that.
And like Integrity, Brian, we're also in Medicare, we're also in the life insurance realm, and we're also in annuities. The difference is you have access to more channels of products and carriers than we could ever get on our own. And that's going to make a tremendous impact on us, on our agents, and for our clients.
Well, listen, guys, you got me excited. And this is such an exciting part of our business. I think that what we're building, how we're coming together, what we can create together is just such an exceptional opportunity. And it's bigger than any one person. I mean, all of us coming together, we've been able to exceed any of our expectations on our own. And one of the examples you talked about are some of the advancements in technology. I still am just amazed by what we've been able to create, like Medicare Center. We just launched Lead Center, and so many different innovative technologies that if any of us were trying to do that on our own, we couldn't have ever accomplished it. But together, we can accomplish so much more and ultimately serve more families because of it. And so, man, listen, I think that we're truly just getting started. That's what certainly gets me excited every day, frankly, to come to work. Now, you guys are also, look, as a family, you guys also have some cool things that you guys do. And I understand you guys are a Corvette family. I've never owned a Corvette, but I grew up next to a neighbor in town. He had this old Corvette, and he said every person should have the benefit of owning a Corvette one day. And I've never forgotten that. If you're a Corvette owner, you're passionate about it. Tell us about y'all's passion around Corvettes.
So I had my first Corvette back when I was 19 years old, 1972 convertible. I was like the cool kid on the block to have that car. So it was really nice. I really enjoyed it. But the most important thing, Brian, I could share with you is once you get a Corvette, it's in your blood. You'll always get a Corvette. Because let's face it, it's America's sports car, right? What's something too is when you're driving a Corvette and you pass another Corvette, you wave to each other. It's a crazy thing. So when I first got my Corvette, I seen these people with other Corvettes, like they pass me and they wave at me. I go, what are these people waving at? Right? But that's because Corvettes always funny. But you look now, but since 1972 Corvette to now, I mean, I have a new one now. The idea, they're machines. They are really precision machines. It's incredible where they've come up to. And I mean, you can compare it to most exotic cars now, the supercars, because what they are. We already were waiting now. My whole family, me and my two sons are waiting. We just ordered the new 2023. We're waiting for those Z06s to come. We ordered those already. So we're like number 1500, 1501, 1502, 1503. So we're waiting for those cars to come in. So they'll be in soon. But, look, it's just an exotic car. We love it. But one thing that's really something, and I have to share with you, is my sons laugh at me because I wash the car by hand. They'll see me bright and early, 5:30 in the morning. I'm washing the car. They come outside and they laugh at me. What are you doing? Because you can't afford to go to a car wash. I said, no, my sons, that's not what it's all about. I treasure what I have. I said, I got to humble myself. I had this because I worked hard. So is it going to kill me to wash the car for a half hour, 45 minutes? Do it by hand because you need to appreciate things. And that's what I've instilled in my sons and my family. We all humble ourselves. We're really thankful for the agents who helped us create where we are today. Because you know what, just because we got contracted, just because I received that postcard in the mail, if we didn't provide something of value to our insurance agents, to our family of agents, we wouldn't be here, right? I mean, we all know that, right, Brian? And, the idea is it's our agents now sharing with all their consumers, with all their folks they help. So it trickles down. So I guess washing the car, my sons still don't wash the car by hand, by the way, Brian. I'm trying to make them do that, but they are humble. They do a good hard work also.
It's so funny you say that. My dad always wanted you to wash cars by hand, and frankly, because you do it better. I don't wash my car very often, partly because I probably I grew up in a funeral home. My dad had funeral homes, so you had to wash all the cars, and he wanted them washed before every service. So if you had 3 funerals that day, you were going to wash the cars 3 times because you wanted it to be perfect for each family. And so I probably got burned out on that. But there is something to be said, like when you step back, it's kind of like mowing the grass. I don't do that very often either. But, like when you mow the grass and in today's world, you don't have very much immediate satisfaction or gratification, right? Because, things we work on take forever. And then you're not like getting to see that immediate gratification like we used to whenever you were in sales. Like you go meet with the family, you sell a policy, you have immediate gratification. In today's world, as you kind of continue to get more involved in the business, it's hard to see that immediate gratification. But if you're mowing the grass, you can step back afterwards and go, oh my gosh, look what I did. Like I just did that. Same thing with washing a car. Like you walk away and go, man, look how great that looks. And there's something about that. And I love what you're talking about, humbling yourself to do that, because I think not only is it important, but it's also gives you more immediate gratification. So I love that story. Joey, what hobbies do you have, man?
So, Brian, I'll be a little boring on the first one, but to be honest, the biggest hobby is my job. I love what I do. I don't consider this work. I love, talking to agents every day. I love being with my staff every day. I don't have hours, when I wake up to when I go to bed, Monday to Sunday, I'm always doing something, where I could help out and help a potential agent and make sure that they have all the opportunities that they need. I do like some other things besides work, Brian. I'm not just a workaholic, boating, jet skiing, snowboarding. But a new hobby that I got into is actually running. And a couple weeks ago, I actually ran my first marathon. And the funny thing about that is I kind of relate it to the cycle of an entrepreneur. In the beginning, you think it's totally impossible until you start doing it. And along that run, there are going to be hurdles, but you got to just go through it. And a funny story is, and how you just don't know, is it was race day and I started running and everything was going great. The weather was perfect because, the past few months in New York have been, humidity, crazy, very hot. So running has been a little bit of a challenge, but everything was going great. And I started off running and I was feeling good. My legs were feeling good. And all of a sudden, about mile 7, it really started hitting me. And my whole right leg, my ankle, my knee, and my hip. And now I'm only at mile 7. And I'm going and I'm going and I'm watching my pace go down. And I'm in my head, I'm saying, do I stop? Is this it? And I kept thinking, look at all of the work, the training that I was going through. Do you really stop or do you keep just going? And it was funny because in the car ride going, my brother who runs said to me, he goes, Joey, it could be 30 minutes of pain, but a lifetime of bragging rights. And that was at mile 7. And all I kept thinking was, Brian, that was going on in my head. And if I stopped, and once I got to my brother, I wouldn't have heard the end of it. So I said, you know what? Let's forget let's go through it. And to be honest with you, Brian, after that, I went through it. I didn't think about the pain. All I kept thinking about was, it's going to be over soon. And that time is eventually going to go by. Either do you want to quit or do you want to finish and hold that medal? And to be honest with you, Brian, I finished. I ran quicker than I ever thought I was going to run. And, like I said, it's just the same thing as an entrepreneur. You don't know what's going to come your way, whether your knee hurts or maybe you get, someone bails on an appointment or maybe you get an objection on a lead or whatever it may be. You got to just keep going because eventually you'll cross that finish line.
Man, there's so much truth to that. Like, you had 19 miles left. First of all, that's a lot, but that is really a great story because it is so true where sometimes, you get into something like, man, I just don't want to do this. And if you just keep your head down and keep pushing forward, it can be so much more rewarding than you ever thought possible. And that's what our hope is here for Integrity, is that this is going to be one of the most rewarding things you guys have ever been part of. And all of our partners are so excited to welcome you to the Integrity family. We think that we truly are just getting started, and together we're going to do some great things. So thanks again, guys, for joining us. Thanks again, Ryan Kimball, for partnering with us and connecting us together. We're going to serve more people and do some great things, man. So congratulations, guys.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you, guys.
Again, I hope you see the excitement, the passion, the opportunity that we have together, especially by welcoming Joe and Joey and the rest of the team. We've got so many incredible things that are happening, and I truly believe we're just getting started. Hope everybody has an amazing day. God bless you all, and can't wait to see what we can do as we serve more Americans with their life, health, and wealth needs. Take care. God bless you.